Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, the Hunter. Welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2, and hopefully you like this video. This is a not safe for work video, I think. If you watch this, don't watch it at work, please. I'm going to curse in this, I'm not going to say anything bad in it, but it might not be, I don't know what this is going to be about, to be honest with you. And of course, this is from Yankees announcer Michael Not So Okay, and I don't think he's okay, and what this comparison is about. Let's get into this, and this is from Awful Announcing. I would think that this was probably discussed on his radio program. I don't think this was discussed on the broadcast during the Yes Network. I can't imagine people with their kids. Let me just get into this. This is a very bizarre analogy, I guess, that Not So Okay put out there. Let me go through this. It's from Awful Announcing. Michael K. reminds fans MLB players could be having orgies in their hotel room. What? Like I said, if you have any children, don't watch this with the kids. I hope to God he wasn't talking about this on his broadcast, rather on the radio show. Nobody listens to the radio program. But what if they were in the hotel room and they set up a trapeze? And people flying through the air, having an orgy. Oh, hey. Oh, boy. What the hell is this? You can attempt to keep athletes from going out at night. But Michael Not So Okay knows that. Really, Michael Not Okay. Not Okay knows that won't necessarily stop them from having orgies in the hotel. What a strange analogy. This is what it is. New York Yankees manager Aaron Boone gave fans a new reason to criticize him earlier this week when he showed up at Chapel Hill to watch Bill Belichick's coaching debut with North Carolina. 48-14 loss to TCU. It was an off day for the Yankees and Boone's son, Brandon, and Brandon is in his second season as a student assistant on North Carolina's coaching staff. Still, many Yankee fans took issue with Boone traveling to North Carolina instead of prepping for the team's stretch run toward the playoffs. I don't see any problem with this. This would be a problem if he did this and the team were playing. It's an off day, and it's his son. That's how I look at it. Yankees play-by-play voice, Michael K., however, had no issue with Boone making the trip, calling fans out for attempting to tell any player or coach how to spend their free time, because fans might want their favorite teams to stay locked in the hotel rooms, but as K notes, what if they're having an orgy? What? Last year, Pete Alonso went to the U.S. Open, and the morons at WFAN, the host at WFAN, complained that he was at the U.S. Open after the game. You can't have a life. Gotta go to the hotel, back to your house, can't have a life. Michael talked about Boone going to UNC game and somehow ended up on an I don't know what this is from. I've always said, this is said on ESPN, thank God. I've always said that about players too. This is from Not Okay said. When players are out, well, they should be back in their hotel room. Okay, what if they're having an orgy in their hotel room? He didn't even have to use that word. He could have used any word. That's the word he used. K asked on his, Not Okay asked on his ESPN New York radio show, that okay? He said that. You wouldn't know about it. So they go out to dinner with people or they're having fun with people outside. Well, that angers you because there's a game the next day. Or if they're in the hotel room, they set up a trapeze and there are people flying through the air having an orgy. You wouldn't know about it, but you'd be fine. This might be one of the best analogies in sports radio history. When Not Okay started defending Boone going to a UNC football game on his day off, no one foresaw this pivot to a flying trapeze. But did Not Okay come up with that off the top of his head, or did this analogy stem from a wild rumor? We don't want to jump to any reckless accusation, but there are certainly some obvious candidates who stand out. I don't know what that means either. But obviously, major league players are people, and I'm sure there's been plenty of times when players have done crazy stuff and had to play the next day. We know stories about Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Darryl Strawberry, all kinds of stuff that happened nights before games and nights before big games, and stuff that happened after big games. So many crazy stories, and I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that's happened in the past that you don't know about. I don't know about. I think this is a weird analogy. I think he took it too far with the. He could have said anything, but that particular word of orgy that certainly happens. I mean, if you saw the movie 61, I mean, they showed Mickey Mantle looking at women in the stands and basically, flirting with them. So if you watched that movie, you saw that he was doing that when he was playing, and he was married, he had children, and he didn't care. And players do that. Who's the player? Oh, Tyler Glasnow. He found a woman, his girlfriend, in the stands. And this happens. These players, they're men. They're people, and if they see something they like, they're gonna try to approach it. And after the games, they go to parties. They go out, in the nightlife. They don't, and I don't know if the players are as crazy as they were 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. But they're people. They're gonna go out, especially to blow some steam. And they don't, and a lot of them don't have to be up early the next day, unless it's a day game. And even if there's a day game, they're out all night. And the bigger the star, and the more wild they are, they get looked the other way. I mean, we know the story about Derek Jeter meeting women every night, taking them home. That's well known. Look it up. You'll see it. When he was single, he would take these women home, and then the next day, give them a baseball and send them on their merry way. So this is not is that wrong? I mean, that's not proper. But it didn't really affect his play on the field, as far as we know. And what you don't see can't hurt you, But I think the thing about this was that Boone was seen. The Yankee fans do not like Aaron Boone. They just don't like him. He is somebody that the fans, especially Yankee fans, hate. But he's extremely successful. He's taken his team to the World Series. They've had winning seasons every year. I think one year they didn't go to the postseason, I believe, and that was in 2023. He's been manager here a long time. They don't miss the playoffs. 2 years. So, they always go to postseason. Every year has been a winning season. He's got a great winning record and winning percentage as a manager. Any team would be happy to have him as a manager now. He's fiery. He cares about your team. I mean, the one thing you can say about him is that he cares. That's why he's always getting thrown out of these games. And the ridiculousness of some fans to attack him, basically saying he doesn't care. Does that make any sense? This is a guy, if he stays around long enough, he's going to break Bobby Cox's record of getting thrown out. He's going to get thrown out. And he cares. I mean, you want a manager that cares. The one thing we always hear about is here in New York, is managers that don't care and never get thrown out. I mean, we saw that with Willie Randolph. Willie Randolph never got thrown out. He never got mad. And that pissed a lot of people off. And Boone, and sometimes, fans, and including myself, question whether he cared. That's the worst thing, is you question your manager if he cares. This manager cares. He cares about winning. He cares about the Yankees. There shouldn't be any doubt about his desire to win, his desire to be the best manager and have the best team on his field. But some fans do not like him, like I said. They just don't like him. And they're competing for that, even though they've struggled over the last few weeks, they are competing for the division still. And they're trying to catch the Blue Jays. If they catch the Blue Jays, people should credit him. They probably won't do that. And if they don't go far in postseason or don't win World Series, he's a bum. Like this, the 1950s, people still, it's the funniest thing. People still refer to people, especially baseball players, as bums. Like we're living in the 50s or something. This ain't the 50s, man. People are obsessed with that word. It's one of these words that I just don't care for when it comes to describing baseball players as a bum. It's so weird. It's so dated. But, one thing, like I said about Aaron Boone, he cares. And he has the right to go see his son on his day off. They're not playing. If he can go to North Carolina and see his son, be on the coaching staff down there, good for him. Good for him. You know, he's worked hard. You can see the work, and the winning's there. If you're winning, you're working. That's for sure. Well, you let me know what you think about this video and this bizarre story about Michael Kay. I don't know if this is from his own experience or rumors that he's heard about players, but probably is. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later.